Hey y'all, this might look impossible, but don't worry. Um, there's not as much going on here as you think. So this is just my Crossbow plugged in to my OmniFixo, meaning it's just clipped in here with these clips so that it doesn't move because I shake. And even if you don't shake, it really helps to have something to hold everything still while you're trying to solder. So that's all this is. It's just sitting here. If I pull it out, you'll see looks a little less crazy. It still looks crazy to some of you probably, but let me explain what's going on here. So there's a few things. So this is the AIO, the all-in-one, and you can see I've ran the power cable through that slot in the bottom of the carbon fiber so that when it goes in here, it can just go straight down. Okay, that's just easier than trying to have it come out. You can see on the side here where the carbon fiber slants, and you'll see some residue there. Well, I've put some of this, which is called T7000. It's basically like E6000, but it's black, and it has some stiffeners in it. So it's like kind of like rubber cement. So I've put it on the edge of this carbon fiber here so that when this capacitor, which is positive and negative, leans over and possibly touches that carbon fiber, it's not conductive because you don't want a short happening across that connection there. If you short across this connection, it's going to short your battery, which is going to cause sparks and possibly magic smoke to come out, and bad things will happen. I might end up putting some electrical tape on here in addition before I actually seat everything down, just to really provide some friction. I could see friction causing this glue to eventually erode away, and carbon fiber is conductive, so you don't want that. I also put some of that E6000 or T7000 on each of the corners here because these are just held together with the tension of these arms being squeezed together with these plates and the motors screwed in down here. So that will hopefully just provide a little bit of shock absorption. You don't want any more vibrating than you have to in a drone. Vibration is bad because you have that IMU, inertial movement unit, or whatever. I can't remember what the M stands for right now. IMU. It's basically what tells it what directions it's going, and then it has usually a built-in gyroscopic type function as well. And so you don't want anything kind of making it shake like me. So then you'll see I've got the receiver that was already soldered onto the edge over here. And then the new thing I've done just now is I've created these short little wires, and there's 4 connections that go to this HD0 VTX. So one is power, that's the red one. One is ground, that's the black one. And then there's yellow and blue. And if you look right here, you'll see it says RTGV. That stands for receive, transmit, ground, voltage. And so the voltage is the red. That's just going to be coming straight from the battery. And then black is the ground. And then R and T are your universal asynchronous receiver transmitters, or UARTs. And that's what serial communication is. So if you remember back in the old days when the internet first started, we had modems. And the modems would use your phone line. And your phone line has 2 parts to it. Your talkie part, where you talk into the receiver, and then the transmitter part, where your ear is the receiver. So your mouth is your transmitter going to the receiver of the phone, which then crosses over, goes to the speaker on the person you're calling's earpiece, and then they have a microphone that goes to your ear. So just like when you're talking from your mouth to someone's ear, transmit to receive, this is how this talks, and it uses a protocol called serial protocol, or RS-232. And I could probably do an hour-long video on that, but it's really old stuff, and It works really well. It's kind of slow. It's not like Ethernet or Wi-Fi. It's really slow, meaning the slower you go, the more reliable something is. So don't always think you need to run something at the fastest speed possible. You might actually get faster communications with more reliability going slower than you do when you go fast. That's especially when it comes to things like your GPS. So a GPS is a fairly slow signal. There's not a lot of data coming in from the GPS satellites, and this is a GPS receiver right here. I plan on putting this somewhere on this drone. I'm not sure yet where. And it also will connect to a UART, a universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. And so it too has, and I'm sure we can find it on here, there's the R and T and V and G. So it's receiver, transmitter, voltage, ground. So you always want to make sure you look at that. And then you can see the baud rate there says 115, 200. So that is the bits per second that it runs at, 115,200 bits per second. And by telling you what it is in your configuration, you have to make those things match. And so that's where you set it in Betaflight or iNav or whatever you run on your controller here, on this STM32 controller that's got the sticker on it. All right, so next I'm going to be soldering on the, what do you call it, the GPS. Here you see it's called a GNSS module. They don't actually call it GPS because just more data, right? I'm just going to keep giving you guys all kinds of technical data. Hopefully the people who watch my channel like that. If you do, just let me know. You know, put a comment in there saying you like knowing all this stuff, because I don't know, I'll just keep talking about it, right? And if you don't want to hear that, tell me that too. Say this is too technical, shut up, just show me the pictures. But GNSS stands for Global Navigation Satellite System. And the reason is GPS is a US global navigation system and satellite system, and it's not the only one. So Russia has one, India has one, Japan has one, I believe. There's different ones, and they all run similar protocols. And this U-Blocks M10 is the chip manufacturer. And see, they're calling out Galileo, GLONASS, and I believe that says Beidou. Let me know if you can read that. I'm not sure what that's saying. BIDS maybe? I don't know. So anyway, there's multiple ones, and the best ones are the chips that have the software that can decode all of them, because you're more likely to get more satellites. If you only support GPS, you're not going to be able to understand all the other signals coming into you that are also giving you your positioning. And that's what we're trying to do with this, is know our position. And the more satellites give you your position, the more accurate your position is. So that's what that is. I 3D printed this TPU lens holder because I couldn't find a way that, so this carbon fiber camera frame is explicitly for a camera this size. Well, this camera doesn't have any screw holes on the side of it. It's made to be put into something that holds it, but you'll notice there's a screw in the side of it. So what is that doing? Well, someone figured out how to make a 3D printed holder that goes around the lens portion, or the tube behind the lens, and then it fits exactly the same size. I believe it's 15 millimeters on the sides here. So I just put in some screws, screwed them into the TPU. So now I have a way to hold this lens, And the kind of added benefit is there's a little bit of shock absorption because the TPU is soft. It's kind of a spongy material. And so that's how I mounted that. So that's the update. Another thing I'll do is I'll probably put some silicone on here. Maybe it'll be conformal coating. Maybe it'll be the T7000. I'm not actually sure. I bought this T7000 from tinywhoop.com. I believe they're the only ones that sell it. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a different site. But, I don't post any referral links or anything like that. I'm not here to make money on this yet. Maybe one day. But for now, I'm just trying to document what I'm doing, and maybe it'll help somebody else out there who's doing something similar, and maybe you can learn something from this. Wow, I've talked for 11 minutes on this. If you're still here, hit the like, hit subscribe, because maybe you like listening to this stuff, because I really enjoy talking about it, and the thing I enjoy the most is talking to people that enjoy listening about it, because I like learning, and if you like learning, there's going to be more of this. So like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.